Borregales now on for the point after. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they may just be content to take this three-point lead and head into the locker room. On first down, Brady. Got a man, that's Lazard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll line up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Fournette once more on second down. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try and sneak it here. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's fourth down.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go in the quarterback sneak. Now it's going to bring up fourth down.
They'll go with a big back Fournette. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And they get Tristan Wirfs, first-round pick in 2020. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media, will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 39. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Cover! On 2nd down and 4. Brady swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Cook up the gut. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They run again on 1st down. Cook, no dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Brady, and it's caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They get this out quickly to the left side. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Tampa Bay. A gutsy call. 4th and short. They go for it. Look at the result.
Yeah, not only did they go for it, they threw for it because to me it was stacked up for a run situation, strength on strength, and they decided to put the ball in the air, and what a result. Big time play.
Borregales now on for the point after. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Makes the score Vikings 31, Buccaneers 48.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they needed two. They could only get one. 4th down. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Only a yard. It's 4th down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Running for it. Here's Cook. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
64 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2nd and 5. Looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks. And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. They're going to look to throw. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the 2nd half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this now. Now Cook hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Running left, it's Fournette. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, 15 yards. yards. And the Bucs have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Buccaneers 35, Vikings 31.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. From the 41, Brady. And quickly finding Rager. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
To throw, it's Brady. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. And the Bucs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught at the 25. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
First down, Buccaneers.
They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Back to throw. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now,
but you make your own defense happy. You're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. From the 5, 2nd and 4. Fournette on the counter. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on the 3rd and 3. Fournette running out of the gun. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Brady. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.